Modesty. So 2 days ago I went to the Dollar Tree and I found some new palettes in there that I had never seen. These are by the brand Twinkle Profusion. Well, okay, so the brand is Profusion and the palettes are called Twinkle. This is number 1 and this is number 2. Number 1 is more neutral shades and the number 2 is more like a smoky palette. They each have one matte color and the rest are like shimmery, like sheen colors. Anyways, so I thought they were really intriguing and they were like $1 a piece, so I decided to get these. And then today I was like, you know what? I just got these, so let me just try out a look with them. So that is what I did today. I did create this look today with these 2 palettes, and then I just want to go along with like the kind of bargain makeup look. I did grab my LA Colors traditional palette. It's the 12 color palette, and I just used a couple colors from here that are good blending colors just because I like to put matte colors in my crease, and these each only had one matte color. So I thought I would go ahead and use that. All the products in this look are either drugstore or from the dollar store. I don't know what to call it yet. Maybe it's just like a neutral eye with a bright summer lip. Who knows? I don't think there's anything else I want to say other than if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up and comment down below. Also hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. And yeah, so if you'd like to see how to get this bargain makeup look, then just keep watching.
Okay guys, so today we are starting out with the face, so I'm going with L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer, and I'm just going to rub this into the skin. Once again, I love this primer for a pearlesque finish, and this is also my favorite primer from the drugstore. Going in with foundation, I'm using my L'Oreal True Match, one of my favorite drugstore foundations, and I'm going to start out by dotting this all over my face. And then I'm going to go in and blend it out with my Real Techniques Perfect Complexion Sponge. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But when I use this foundation, I have to use a sponge because I'm just so used to the NARS foundation, and this one is a bit heavy for me compared to that one, so I have to use a sponge to dilute it out, I guess. And then for concealer, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal. And I'm just, of course, doing the V shape and my chin, my upper lip, and the nose area because of hormones. And yeah, I'm just going to pretty much conceal everywhere. You always want to balance out the highlight instead of just doing your under eyes so that you do look balanced. So that's why I'm going over the bridge of my nose and also on my forehead. Once again, I'm going with my beauty sponge to blend out this concealer. To set that, I'm going with my NYX HD Studio Loose Setting Powder. This is a dupe for the Makeup Forever one. So the first thing you want to do though is you want to tap out one more time and look up because you want to get rid of any creases and you just don't want to set those creases in. Look at that beautiful makeup face. Anyway, once again, I'm tapping out and then I'm setting my under eye concealer. After that, I'm just going to set the rest of my face with just a big fluffy powder brush, I guess. And I'm just using the same powder that I did to set my under eyes. So I did put tape on my eyes, and mainly because these shadows that I'll be working with pretty soon here, I've never used before, and they're from the Dollar Tree, so I don't know if there's gonna be fallout, so I want to have some tape there to protect the rest of my makeup. Also to get a somewhat harsh line. Anyway, so I'm taking my LA Colors 12 color palette, and I'm just using a couple of blending shades just to define my crease. I'm using circular motions, sweeping motions, you know, the typical, just to define the eyes. And right there, I'm going with the Sephora blending brush to do so. Going with this taupey brown shade, I am using an E25, so a denser, fluffy brush, to go right over top and to further define my crease. Going in with the Sephora brush again, I am going to blend this out a little bit more just because I want to make sure it's just totally blown out and there's no harsh lines. Now I'm taking the Smoky palette and I'm going in with this chocolate brown shade, and it's the only matte shade in that palette, and I'm just using the E25 again, and I'm putting this in my crease, but I'm focusing on the outer half of the crease. Next, I'll be going into the same palette, and I'll be using this shimmery white shade to highlight my brow bone. Going into the more neutral toned palette, I'm going to be taking this bronzy gold color, and I'm taking a clean E25, and I'm patting this on the outer third to half of my eyelid. I'm doing patting motions and a little bit of sweeping motions. I start out doing a V shape, and then I further go towards the center of the lid. And then I'm doing the same on this lid. Now after each application, I do go through and I blend it out just so that there's no harsh lines and that is diffused out. Now I'm taking this light champagne color and I'm tapping it onto the inner half of my eyelid. I did realize that I got better pigmentation with my finger, so I went ahead and just did that. After that, I just took a brush with no excess product and I just blended those two together, and now I'm removing the tape. Now I'm not going to keep the lines that harsh. Like I said, it was mainly to prevent fallout. Now I'm taking the dark brown chocolate shade again, and I'm going to further define the crease just with an E45. I love this for the outer V, just to add some more definition. And of course, you've got to blend it out. You don't want any harsh lines once again. With all that blending, you do lose some pigmentation, so I'm just going in with a pencil brush and I'm just putting in that bronzy shade again, just to make sure I didn't lose any color on the lid or the outer V. Now for some winged liner, I am using the LA Colors liquid liner. This is also from the Dollar Tree. Now I didn't get a ton of clips where I was in the frame, but I think you kind of get the gist of how I do my eyeliner. I will put a video down below if you're curious exactly how I do my winged eyeliner. I'm going to be doing my brows off camera, but I'm using the NYX Tame&Frame and the Rimmel Brow Clear Gel setting thing. Anyways, I'm taking my NYX Sunny Bronzer, and I'm not totally going to contour with this. I am just bronzing, so I don't mind if it looks a little bit more orange than typical contour shades I do use, which are typically gray toned. So I'm just going to be framing my face with this bronzer. I am also dragging down on my neck because you want it all to be even and to bring some color to my neck because my neck is quite pale. For blush, I am using Wet n Wild's Mellow Wine. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I absolutely love this blush. It's one of my favorite ones to use from the drugstore. It's matte and it's just perfect for year-round. For highlight, I'm using this Ulta brand, I think it's Diamond Yellow highlight. Now, there is some debate on whether this is drugstore or not. I do find it on the drugstore side of Ulta, and it is cheaper, if not, okay, it's the same price, if not cheaper than other drugstore highlighters, so that is why I am putting it in this video. If you would like a actual drugstore alternative, the Hard Candy does have a wonderful highlight. Now for the under eye, I'm using the chocolate brown color, and I am just putting this on the lower lash line. I'm using just a little smudger brush. I think this one's from Eco Tools. Is it Eco or Eco? I have no idea. Anyway, so I'm just putting this on the lower lash line, not really smoking it out or going all the way in. I'm just doing it on the bottom 3/4 of my lower lash line, just to add some definition. And now I'm applying some mascara. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Length. And then I also go in with the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. For the lips, I'm lining my lips with this NYX Slim Lip Liner, and this is in the color Magenta. This is one of my favorite lip liners from NYX. They have such a good line of lip liners, and they're so cheap. I also fill in my lips with lip liner after I'm done lining it, just to make sure that my lips have the fullest pigmentation I can get with my lip color. Then, once I'm done with that, I'm going to be going in with my LA Colors lipstick in, it's pink something. I will have it listed below. I don't know the exact name, but it is only $1. And for that price, it is extremely pigmented. I love these lipsticks. Then I'm just going in with NYX Cosmetics Crème Brule Butter Lip Gloss.